So the question you're probably wanting to know is, what is the most expensive house here in Sandbanks? It's this one. It was sold this year for £10 million.
Tonight I'll reach out and touch the sky. In the city of angels, feels like I'm coming home. With my head up in the clouds, I am searching for something, and I'm still hoping. Feeling like a rock star.
So we're starting the tour just here on the very edge of Sandbanks, looking over the entrance, of course, to Poole Harbour, which is one of the largest in the world, FYI. Straight away you can see just how beautiful it is on a day like today. Lots of water sports go on here. You can rent kayaks, boats, mostly paddle boards. In fact, I should have bought my paddleboard today. So I'm just going to swing a left and show you the rather famous Sandbanks Hotel that often you might see the odd celebrity staying in this hotel. What I love about this hotel, it's even got balconies, look. You really do feel like you're aboard. You would have thought they'd have had that no towel policy over the balcony, but a few people have got some out. So we're just walking on that very thin strip of land between Sandbanks and the headland, and straight away we get to see some very nice houses. You do get like a American vibe with the houses here in Sandbanks, with the wooden cladded look, the flowers, the lights. I would say about 80% of the original houses that were on Sandbanks have all been sold, knocked down, and massive mansions have been built in their place. And even little mini mansions. We'll come across some of those in just a little bit. We'll also check out the famous beach, but as you can see, this place is always very busy. There's also an issue with parking in Sandbanks. There's a car park right up the other end, and then the main one in Sandbanks is just down here on the left. It is fairly big, but it gets very busy on days like today. This one's got a bit of a Miami vibe going on with it. So the main car park of Sandbanks is just over there. I'm just going to quickly show you how beautiful the beach is. A very understated, crazy gulf, considering how expensive it is to live here. It's very basic. Just walking through Sandbanks Pavilion. And on to the beach. It's very clear today. It's quite a big bit of openness here. Can't believe it's mid-September. August we had absolutely rubbish weather, and then September arrives when the kids go back. Although you wouldn't believe it today that the kids are back at school. Mind you, I don't see too many kids around. It is super clear today. Whether you can see that on the camera, you can see those few bits of rock sticking out in the water. That's old Harry's rocks. And then as I swing round to my left, we look towards Bournemouth. But the £1 million houses are literally around the corner, and on the main part of Sandbanks there's also a ferry across, and also boat trips where you can go to Brownsea Island. So let's go and check out these £1 million houses. Checking out some of these holiday homes. How much are they asking? Well, here is a bit of an eye-opener. This house, just to rent as a holiday home, is between £3,000 in low season and £7,000 per week. The famous chef Rick Stein has a seafood restaurant here, and you often see him in here. Smells good. You can see some of the houses that are for sale right now in Sandbanks. Starting prices of just over £1 million. That one's 5 million, 1.7 million. Look at this one though. This is a tiny little flat and it's 1.6 million. So I was talking about some old houses in Sandbanks that are still here. Most of them get sold pretty quickly. This particular house, I just looked, and has been sold for over £1 million. And what must really annoy the residents when you paid for £1 million house, or even more in Sandbanks, are the queues to go over on the ferry. Look at that. That is what you call Art Deco. Sandcastles, luxury apartments from £550,000. Although we need 3 bedrooms. It's crazy, they've even got banana plants growing here in Sandbanks. I wonder if there's any bananas on them. I'd be amazed if there was. You've got these little areas of Sandbanks where you've got some really nice new builds and some £1 million houses, and then you've got stuff like that, which is very odd to see. In fact, some of it is quite mismatched. It's nice. This house doesn't look like it's been lived in for a while. There's a random boat in there. So the question you're probably wanting to know is, what is the most expensive house here in Sandbanks? It's this one. It was sold this year for £10 million. This is known as Harbour Gate. And maybe one day I won't be able to afford a place like this. So a lot of these expensive houses have all got very high gates, so you can't really see them from the ground unless we kind of cheekily peer through the gates. So I'm now on one of the most expensive roads in the UK. This is known as Panorama Road. The houses that are on this road probably total around about 50 to 60 million pounds. I feel like playing the game Who Lives in a House Like This? Very nice house. There's a keyboard on the gate, so maybe some musician. I love how some of these houses really do have that Spanish feel to them as well. So just walking down some of the side streets, I said about the little mini mansions. Look at that. How cute. I'd like a nice little perfect but posh one. Like this little beach house here. That's nice. So it probably really annoys the residents of Sandbanks, the fact that people queue pretty much throughout Sandbanks to get onto this ferry, which takes you to Shell Bay. Here's the ferry coming in. It's pretty big. As you can see, this doesn't fit that many cars, to be honest, hence why the queues. And what's interesting about this, it's all pulled by the chains all the way across. That was my tour of Sandbanks. I hope you liked it. If you did, please make sure you give the video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, of course, so you know when I upload a new video. If you would like to support the channel, I'd really appreciate it. You can do so through Patreon, PayPal, and indeed channel memberships. Massive thank you and respect to all my channel members. I'll see you next time.